Shalom everyone, Adonai Oz Le'amo Yiten, and with that strength, Adonai Yevarech et Amo V'Shalom. Shabbat Nachamu, Parashat Va'etchanan, Tafshin Pei. In 3 consecutive psukim, Am Yisrael is called 3 times GOY GADOL, a great nation. The first time it says that observing the mitzvot is your wisdom and understanding in the eyes of the nations, who will hear all these statutes and say, surely this is a great nation, a wise and understanding people. The second time the nations say, for what great nation is there that has God so near to it? And the third time they say, and what great nation is there that has righteous statutes and laws like this entire Torah? In summary, you are a great nation, your observance of the commandments is your wisdom and understanding in the eyes of the nations. You are a great nation, you have a God who is close to you. You have a great nation, you have righteous laws and statutes. The commentators offer a wealth of insights and different emphases on these psukim. I've combined some of them here to form a broader picture. Here it is. One aspect of what is said here is that Am Yisrael is called a great nation through the revelation at Ma'amad Har Sinai, through unique laws, exceptional, that are revealed to the entire world, as another pasuk says, Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah. The Torah goes from Eretz Yisrael, from Am Yisrael, out to the whole world. And this is spread in the world through us, through Am Yisrael, reaching many nations, influencing the world. This is one side of being a great nation. In addition, the commandments of the Torah bring justice and moral repair to nations and societies. This is also what is meant by the verse, what great nation is there that has righteous statutes and ordinances? However, sometimes these rules might appear strange, and so Moshe emphasizes, do not add to it and do not subtract from it from the Torah, warning us against pressure that may arise from the uniqueness of these laws, and that might cause us to be afraid of being different and lose our commitment to the laws of the Torah, in which case we will no longer be a great nation. That's why Moshe repeatedly emphasizes here and in other places in Sefer Dvarim, passing on the tradition of Ma'amad Har Sinai, so that it will always give us strength, give us chizuk to be faithful to Hashem's Torah, even when some parts of it sometimes appear different than accepted norms. But on the other hand, these laws must also fulfill the condition that the nations say about us, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. This implies 2 additional points. A, the commandments must be fulfilled not only technically, but with intellectual connection to their purpose and with alignment to the spirit of the mitzvah. At the extreme, there can be someone who is, it's called in Hebrew, Naval Birshut HaTorah, a scoundrel with the so-called permission of the Torah. He technically observes the commandment, but in essence he causes harm and desecrates Hashem's name. There can also be a corrupt individual who keeps mitzvot, but his entire presence in the world reflects corruption and lack of morality. This is a terrible chilul Hashem. Therefore, the Torah tells us, you shall do what is right and good in the eyes of Hashem, a commandment that teaches us to pay attention to what we do, to ensure that we are not merely fulfilling commandments technically, but truly acting in a way that is good and right in the eyes of Hashem. B, another point about this, in certain situations in reality, strict adherence to the halakha can actually leave something wrong in the world unsolved. For example, if a person does something wrong to another person, causes damage to another person in a way that according to Torah law carries no formal punishment, then that evil doing is left not taken care of in the world. That requires the sages, the chachamim of Torah Shebe'al Peh, the oral Torah, to enact a decree or ordinance in order to prevent such injustice from remaining unresolved. Let's now gather everything we've said and put it this way. We have the zchut, the merit, that through us, Am Yisrael, God's Torah and mitzvot have been revealed to the world. We are obligated to observe the Torah and mitzvot to ensure that this unique light continues to shine in the world. This, in turn, places a responsibility upon us to ensure that the mitzvot are truly bringing justice and moral repair to nations and societies. For all this, all this should bring a result of Kiddush Hashem to the world. So that this will happen, we must make sure that we are connected to the mitzvot, that we are fulfilling them in a proper way, not only technically, that we are not doing anything in a corrupt way, and we are making sure that the problems that need addressing, to be addressed by Chachmei Torah Shebe'al Peh, that will happen, so that the mitzvot of the Torah always cause a Kiddush Hashem, and God forbid, never a Chilul Hashem. When all this happens, then the verses, the psukim that we opened with, will be fulfilled. The nations will see that we are a wise and understanding people, that we are close to Hashem and Hashem is close to us, and they will say, what a great nation this is that has righteous statutes and ordinances as the entire Torah. Did you think all this has nothing to do with the challenges that the war brings upon us? I truly do not believe that there is a mathematical formula into which we can plug the commandments of the Torah and we will get the right answer what to do in the reality. But I do believe that everything we've discussed is relevant to this question as well. We have a duty to fight to ensure the existence of Am Yisrael, so that we can continue to carry the mitzvot, to observe the mitzvot of the Torah, and bring the light of the Torah to the world, including, of course, observing the mitzvot that have to do with war. Sometimes in order to bring justice and repair of the Torah to the world, we have to go to war against great evil. And yet, even in the midst of a justified and necessary war, not because of anti-Semitic blood libels, but because of the Torah and our own inner truth, we must always cling to the goal, that the goal of the war is to bring justice and moral repair to the world. And we must strive that not only we know that, but to be able to show the nations that this is our purpose. This is difficult, very difficult, but we don't give up. Shabbat Shalom.